I was on my way out the door. I received a text from a real estate investor, and I'll pop all this in and go deep on what's happening right now because investors are going broke. Real estate investors are getting crushed. And the leading indicator that I see are some of the desperate acts that they are doing right now. And I'm going to read it to you. But please know that they are not alone. I receive at least 24 emails a week, and the number is growing on a weekly basis. But I receive constant emails from builders that service the South Florida markets. And this extends all the way up to Jupiter and all the way down to Miami. I am constantly being bombarded by different builders, different buildings, different new construction, sharing the great opportunity to get involved in their single family homes or their condos or whatever property type it is they're selling, but they are offering massive incentives, massive bonuses, and massive commissions to sell their products. And if you've been watching for a while, you know that I've talked about the fact that one of the leading indicators that tips the hand of what supply and demand is when new construction and home builders offer incentives. And to be abundantly clear, the supply and demand for these types of product will range wildly depending on where they're located and what the market dynamics are. So to be clear, this is not everywhere, but it is in hyper-local markets that exist within South Florida. And it's proof positive that some builders are freaking out because they can't move their product. They do not have buyers to sell to. So they are juicing the incentive to get brokers, to get realtors, to get agents to sell their product for them by paying 6, 7, 8% on top of sometimes additional cash bonuses for bringing a buyer. And in the past, it's been for quick delivery homes. That is no longer the case in some instances, but I digress. Let's get back to the text that stopped me in my tracks, and I'm going to read this verbatim. Greetings, XYZ LLC here, and I changed the name to protect their anonymity. Hope you're having a good week. I'm promoting properties in the area. Would you be open to receive information about 4301 Martinique Circle, apartment E1, for only $159,000? And truthfully, I did correct their grammar because it actually says only for $159,000. Comps up to $265,000. Well, that's quite interesting because I know if you have a $159,000 property and you can sell it for $265,000, well, chances are you're going to sell it for $265,000. So I wanted to do a little bit of research, a little bit of due diligence, and I wanted to share it with you. And yes, I know this is a wholesaler, and I'm sure there are all types of challenges with the condition of this property. But to go out there and say that the comps are 265 when you're offering it out for only 159,000, well, that really grinds my gears. So let's see what the numbers really say. So the first step in this process that I did was I went directly to the Broward County property appraiser site and I looked up the address to determine who owns the property, what they paid for it, what the details are. And it looks like the owner of this property who purchased it for $80,000 in 2007, I suspect that that person is either deceased or mentally incapacitated, but there was a non-sale title change that went to his heirs or went to his family, and that transfer happened for $100. So, all right, we got an $80,000 property back in 2007, but it's 2023. And the wholesaler, who obviously has our best interest in mind, because all wholesalers do, right? But they went out there and said that the comps are 265. And while it is true, there is a completely maxed out comp at 255 that happened in February of this year. The comp looks like the Sistine Chapel compared to what this property actually looks like. And the comp that's similar comped out and traded for 150. And the monthly condo fees in this 55 plus community are right around 550 a month. But you can't lease the property for 2 years. And the property that they're advertising, that they're trying to sell, was last updated in 1979. And I suspect that this wholesaler is trying to cover their ass because the comp at 150 is good. And 265 is insane. But there's no way in hell I would ever let any of my investor clients pay the $9,000 premium to this wholesaler. And to be clear, I doubt sincerely that this wholesaler got the property at 150. It's probably much, much lower. At least I hope it is for their sake. Because if that's not true, they are going to lose their ass. But I don't suspect that they will be alone. Because right now, breaking news, unemployment benefits rose to the highest level in almost 2 years. And initial jobless claims rose too. Meanwhile, new economic data reinforces the speculation that the Fed is done hiking interest rates, up until they're not. If you're thinking about buying or selling, please know your numbers, understand the market, know for certain what the comps and the market is, know for certain what supply and demand is. And for the love of God, please do not trust a wholesaler when they give you their opinion via text about what the potential value of the property they're trying to sell to you is. Which, to be clear, does not mean that there are not good opportunities that exist out there in the market today, but it does mean you must know your numbers. And a quick sniff test of this particular wholesaler made it pretty clear to me that their numbers are junk.